Hey everyone, my name is Lizzie, and today we'll be doing a follow-up on our apple juice wash. So it stopped bubbling, and as we see, there's not much water left in the airlock. So I just wanted to make sure what's happening exactly with this wash. Is it stuck? Is it done? So I'm going to start by opening it. Always have a little difficulty with these things. We got the cover out. One indication that it's stuck is that it smells more like apple juice than alcohol right now. Although I've seen the airlock bubble a bit, but in order to be sure, this is how we make sure if the fermentation is working. We're gonna need the hydrometer, your best measurements. We're gonna have to put it in the cylinder to calculate the gravity that it currently is at. So if the gravity of the apple juice is currently at 1.000 or lower, that means that the fermentation is done. If it's in the middle area here, that means that the fermentation is still happening. So depending on what the initial gravity was, we have to see if, let's say, for example, the initial gravity was here. If it's still at that exact same spot, that means that the fermentation did not work at all. If from that area it went a little higher, that means that the fermentation started, but it stopped for some reason. So reasons that fermentation could stop could be it's too cold. So the yeast is dormant, it's at the bottom of the jar. It could be because the pH is not optimal, but the pH usually once it's at 5.2 at the beginning, no matter how much it increases or decreases towards the fermentation, it should not affect the fermentation. pH is usually only a factor at the beginning of your fermentation. So we have pH, temperature, and another factor that can influence fermentation is the sugar. Maybe there's too much sugar, and we learned recently that it could be the preservatives. So with apple juice, preservatives in this type of liquid are malic acid and ascorbic acid, and we found out through a past video that you can watch here that malic acid decreases as fermentation goes along, and ascorbic acid is not a factor to fermentation. Therefore, what could it be? It's also possible that there's nothing wrong with this fermentation and that everything is going fine and dandy. So let's put it to the test. And in order to do so, we have a little pump here that I use. If you'd like one of these, honestly, I really recommend these pumps because the pressure is stronger. I bought another pump initially and it wasn't able to extract the liquid from container 1 to container 2. But this one with this pump that's used, that you can adjust the pressure here, it's really effective. And we have links in the description below if you'd like to purchase one. So let's show you the little process that it goes through. We have to fill the cylinder to roughly 3/4 full. We don't want it to be too full because we need space for the hydrometer. Oh God, it's out of the way. Now that it's out of the way, here is your cylinder. Let's build a little, and we just have to put this hydrometer inside. Give it a little spin. Oh my gosh, are you seeing what I'm seeing? It's at the top. It's at 0.990, meaning that the fermentation is done. So that's the tip of the hydrometer right there, 0.990. To be honest, I am shocked because it took really quicker than expected. Maybe it's because I turned up the heater at home. So the room temperature initially when this fermentation started, it was roughly around 19 degrees Celsius. And I bumped it up to 22 to 24 degrees Celsius. And having more heat accelerates yeast activity. So yeast was eating sugar more rapidly because they were in a decent temperature, optimally 27 degrees Celsius. In that case, we were getting closer to that optimal temperature. So I'm just going to give it a little taste, see if there's alcohol in it. Ooh. Yeah, there is alcohol. It tastes like wine. And I'm pleasantly surprised with the taste. There is a little hint of apple. I wasn't expecting it to taste like this. I did add a little molasses, a little sugar to bump up the starting gravity because I wanted more alcohol percentage than the apple juice would have provided. So that's a tip. If you want to increase the percentage of alcohol of your wash, you can add sugar. So white sugar, yellow sugar, brown sugar, molasses, any source of sugar, and your fermentation will lead to higher percentages of alcohol. You just want to make sure you don't want to pass that threshold of it being disgusting. So sugar is good up to a certain point, and after that certain point, the yeast gets stressed because there's just too much sugar to eat. So hope this video was valuable, and if you'd like to join one of my classes, we make these type of experiments all the time. We use apple juice, we use Coke, well, no longer Coke because we found out that it doesn't work. We use different bases of liquids, and we help you get a step-by-step process of how to make your alcohol from home so you know what alcohol is made of, and you'll be able to drink the alcohol that you made without having any preservatives, any chemicals. It's made from natural ingredients such as yeast, water, sugar, all the healthy stuff that you use for baking, and you'll be able to say, I made this today. So if you found this video valuable, share with a friend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.